Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? FSX Flying Academy here, back with another video for you guys on Flight Simulator X. I'm just lowering my volume a bit for you guys. Okay, so last video's lesson was the radio panel. So we're going to contact ATC and we're going to tell them we want a taxi. This subject will be about taxiing today. Okay, so we contacted ATC. When you talk to ATC, which stands for Air Traffic Controller, you always need to say who you are, what do you want to do, and where do you want to go. Listen to the message and you will understand. Let's just do some traffic patterns. One 135.87 87. Every time that you talk to the controller and they give you an order or an instruction, you always say, for an example, if they say taxi 2 and hold short runway 9er using taxiways whatever they are, contact tower on whatever frequency, you say taxi 2, hold short runway 9er via taxiway whatever, contact tower on whatever frequency. Okay, so on taxiing, first you got to lower the mixture, which I already explained in a previous video, so that way the throttle is not too touchy. Now when we taxi, we gotta make gentle movements. You usually want to taxi at about 15 knots. So let's just make a sweet little turn. Make a little turn. You will need to make some power adjustments while taxiing. So keep that in mind, that you can't just leave the throttle there because it might speed up more than you want it to. When you're taxiing, always stay on the yellow line. Do you see this yellow line? Always stay in that line. Do you see the attitude indicator right here? A good tip for lining up with the line is to keep your attitude indicator inside the line. See, I'm all lined up. When you get to the turns, if the turn is too steep, you might need to put a little bit of brakes, just a little touch of brakes, because if not, it ain't gonna make the turn. See, right now we're taxiing at about 15 knots, and look at that. A beautiful taxi right there. Beautiful taxi. So we turn left here. Usually the controller will say, like, I don't know, Cessna November 775 Foxtrot, taxi 2, hold short runway 9er via taxiways Alpha Golf, Golf Yankee 1 or something like that. Those are the names of the taxiways. I will explain more about the taxiways and how they're called in a future video. Actually, I think I'll do it next video. In my next video, I'll explain that. So every time, what was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh, that's right. When you're on a runway, the number is at the heading of the runway. For example, the controller assigned us to go to runway 9. So we gotta put the heading bug so we can remember and make sure we're on the right runway by putting the heading bug, which is this little knob that says HDG, which means heading, to 090, which is in the E, That way we know that when we taxi to the runway, we're on the right runway. So, why do I keep saying so? I gotta stop saying that. Okay, so wow. Okay, we're almost to runway 9, which is right there. That's the runway we want to go for. So, oh my gosh, why did I keep saying so? I hope it doesn't bother you guys. Tell me in the comments if it bothers you. I'm sorry. I'll stop doing that. I'll try my hardest. Okay, we're almost to the runway. Remember, always stay in the yellow line because this is not a highway or an avenue where you just go on one side or another. Okay, so we're gonna turn left on this taxiway when the time comes. Okay, so we're here. Always stop. Always stop behind this line. Always stop behind these lines. Always stop before these lines. See there, it says runway 9, and we are on runway 9. So we hold short, that unless the controller says taxi to and line up on runway 9, then that means you don't gotta hold short. You can just go straight in, then request clearance for takeoff. But they usually say taxi to and hold short. So let me get my checklist a second for you guys. Okay, so I'm here. We left off in the starting engine checklist. Now we are supposed to move to the before takeoff checklist. Okay, parking brake is set. Let's set it. Doors and windows closed and locked. Flight instruments set and check. Flight controls free and correct. Okay, they are free of obstructions. And they are correct. Fuel quantity, check, it's in full. Fuel selector on both. Yes, it is on both. Elevator and rudder trim, set them to takeoff mode, which is TO. You'll see it right here. This is the trim. Where it says TO, make sure that that arrow is in the TO. Mixture, set it to full rich, completely pushed in. Magnetos, check 150 RPM max drop. Okay, so they dropped. Throttle friction lock, adjust. That's how stiff you want the throttle to be. The radios are set. Nav/GPS is set. Autopilot is off. Manual electric trim, check. Elevator trim, set for takeoff, check. Parking brakes release. What we need to do now is now contact the tower. We just press this. That's about it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Next episode, instead of doing the other thing, I'm going to be showing you how to take off. But don't worry, on the after that